Welcome back to Z-Tech Advisor. At Z-Tech Advisor, we are excited to guide you through the essential concepts of security controls. Our mission is to make complex security topics easy to understand and implement in your everyday life. Let's dive into categorizing security controls with real-life examples to illustrate these principles. Introduction to security controls. Security professionals dedicate much of their time to designing, implementing, and managing security controls. These controls act as countermeasures to address risks identified during risk assessments. Security controls can reduce the likelihood of a risk materializing, minimize the impact if it does occur, or detect security issues that arise. To better understand these concepts, let's think about how you secure your home. Home security example. Imagine you want to secure your home. You probably use various security controls. Locks on doors and windows. These prevent intruders from entering, reducing the risk of burglary. Burglar alarm. This detects intrusions if they happen. Security cameras. These record activity inside and outside your home. Automatic light switches. These deter burglars by simulating human activity. Neighbor bringing in your mail. This prevents mail theft, showing you can even have human-based security controls. These different controls often aim to achieve the same purpose, or in security language, the same control objective. For instance, both a burglar alarm and security cameras detect intruders. Using multiple controls for the same objective ensures security even if one control fails. This principle is known as defense in depth. To illustrate, consider the security measures you might use at home. Locks on doors and windows are common preventive controls, reducing the risk of unauthorized entry. Similarly, a company might use password policies and two-factor authentication to prevent unauthorized access to sensitive data. For detection, you might have a home burglar alarm or security cameras. In a corporate setting, an intrusion detection system IDs serves a similar purpose, monitoring network traffic for suspicious activity. Corrective controls come into play after a security breach has occurred. For example, if a data breach happens, restoring data from backups is a corrective measure, akin to repairing a broken window after a burglary. Deterrent controls are meant to discourage security violations. Just as a beware of dog sign can deter potential burglars, a company might display warnings of legal consequences for hacking their systems. Directive controls guide behavior towards security goals. Employee training on security protocols is akin to instructing a neighbor to collect your mail while you're away, both aiming to maintain security during absence. Compensating controls fill security gaps. For instance, if a physical gate is a weak point in a facility's perimeter, adding a security guard to monitor the gate compensates for this vulnerability. Security controls can also be categorized by their mechanism of action into technical, operational, managerial, or physical controls. Technical controls use technology, like firewalls and antivirus software, to secure IT infrastructure. Operational controls involve processes managed by people, such as security training and log reviews. Managerial controls deal with risk management, including regular risk assessments and security planning. Physical controls affect the tangible world, like fences and lighting to secure premises. In essence, security controls are diverse and multifaceted, designed to protect against various risks and ensure the safety and integrity of an organization's assets. Categories of security controls. Security professionals categorize security controls into main ways, by their purpose or type, and by their mechanism of action. 1. By purpose or type. Preventive controls, designed to stop security issues before they occur. Example, a firewall blocking unwanted network traffic. Detective controls, identify potential security breaches that need investigation. Example, an intrusion detection system searching for signs of network breaches. Corrective controls, remediate security issues that have already occurred. Example, restoring information from backup after an attack. Deterrent controls, prevent attackers from attempting to violate security policies. Example, guard dogs and barbed wire fences. Directive controls, inform employees about achieving security objectives. Example, security policies and procedures. Compensating controls, fill known gaps in a security environment. Example, placing a guard at a gate where a turnstile might be easily bypassed. 2. By mechanism of action. Technical controls, use technology to achieve security objectives. Example, firewalls, encryption, antivirus software. Operational controls, processes that manage technology securely. Example, User access reviews, log monitoring, security training. Managerial controls focus on risk management processes. Example, regular risk assessments, security planning. Physical controls impact the physical world. Example, fences, locks, fire suppression systems. Real-life example, concert security. Let's apply these concepts to a real-life example involving concert security. 1. Preventive controls. Security personnel checking tickets at the entrance to prevent unauthorized entry. 2. Detective controls. Security cameras monitoring the venue to detect any suspicious activity. 3. Corrective controls. Security staff handling incidents if someone sneaks in without a ticket. 4. Deterrent controls. Visible security presence, such as guards and metal detectors, to deter potential troublemakers. 5. Directive controls. Signage and announcements directing attendees on proper conduct and emergency exits. 6. Compensating controls. Additional security checks at strategic points within the venue to catch anyone who... How do organizations prioritize security controls? Organizations prioritize security controls by assessing and aligning them with their specific cybersecurity needs and regulatory requirements. The process typically involves several key steps. 7. Risk assessment. Organizations start by conducting a thorough risk assessment to identify potential threats and vulnerabilities within their systems. 1. This helps in understanding the existing system and environment, and in analyzing assets to prioritize potential threats and vulnerabilities. 8. Business goals alignment. They ensure that security controls align with near and long-term business goals, which affect IT and security. 1. 9. Regulatory compliance. They consider compliance with various cybersecurity regulations like PCI DSS, HIPAA, NIST 800 series, ISO series, or GDPR, and prioritize controls that help meet these standards. 2. 10. Prioritized approach. Using frameworks like the CIS controls, organizations can take a prioritized approach to implement essential cybersecurity actions first, moving on to more advanced techniques. 2. 11. Defense in depth. They apply the principle of defense in depth by implementing multiple overlapping controls to achieve the same objective, ensuring robust security even if one control fails. 1. 12. Control objectives. Security controls are grouped by their purpose or type, such as preventive, detective, corrective, deterrent, directive, or compensating, and are prioritized based on the organization's specific needs. 1. 13. Mechanism of action. Controls are also categorized by their mechanism of action: technical, operational, managerial, or physical, and are prioritized accordingly. 1. 14. Vulnerability prioritization. Organizations prioritize vulnerabilities that are most likely to be targeted by attackers and ensure that assets requiring prioritized patching are addressed first. 1. 15. Holistic cyber defense. By following a consolidated approach to cyber defense, organizations can get a comprehensive analysis of their security implementation without adding additional audits or compliance cycles. 2. 16. Continuous monitoring. They monitor and measure the performance of security controls to ensure they are effective and make adjustments as needed. 3. By following these steps, organizations can create a robust cybersecurity posture that protects against threats and aligns with their overall strategy and compliance requirements. How do organizations handle conflicting security controls? Organizations handle conflicting security controls by employing a strategic approach that balances security best practices with compliance mandates and operational requirements. Here's how they typically manage such conflicts. 17. Policy review and adjustment. They review their security policies to identify any conflicts with compliance requirements and adjust them to create a harmonious balance. 1. 18. Exception handling. If a security best practice conflicts with a compliance template, organizations may seek to establish an acceptable exception to the rule. 1. 19. Prioritization of controls. They prioritize controls based on their effectiveness in mitigating risks and their alignment with business objectives and regulatory requirements. 1. 20. Risk management integration. Conflicting controls are integrated into a broader risk management strategy, ensuring that all mitigation activities are cohesive. 2. 21. Training and awareness. Organizations ensure that employees are trained on how to handle conflicting controls and understand the rationale behind them too. 22. Third-party management. They couple conflict management with their third-party management program to ensure external partners are aligned with their security posture too. 23. Documentation and compliance culture. They manage and document the process of handling conflicts of interest and foster a strong compliance culture within the organization too. 24. Conflict resolution techniques. Security professionals may use conflict resolution techniques such as proactive monitoring, active listening, empathy, and negotiation to resolve conflicts effectively. 3. By following these steps, organizations can ensure that their security controls are effective, compliant, and contribute to a secure and resilient operational environment. Conclusion. Understanding and categorizing security controls is essential for designing robust security measures. Whether securing your home, digital assets, or a large venue like a concert, applying these principles helps mitigate risks effectively. Thank you for joining us at Z Tech Advisor. We hope this comprehensive overview of security controls has been enlightening. If you found this content valuable, please subscribe to our channel for more insightful tech and security updates. Stay safe, secure, and informed. See you next time.